Doesn't look like it. Good morning. Good morning. I was trying to say good morning, and the thing wasn't doing right. Hey, Janae is on here. Woo woo. Kim is here. Good morning. Good morning. Tanya is here. Good morning. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to pep myself up because I just saw that my overnight trade is a little bit on the breached side. That's all right, though. We're going to give it time to do what it do. Going to give it time to do what it do because that's what needs to happen. Our credit spreads can do their thing. Just got to give it time. Can just give it some time. We're good. We good to go. We good to go. We good to go. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a good trading day yesterday. The market definitely decided it was going to recover yesterday. Oh my goodness. Talk about a gap fill. Woo, let's go look at what did yesterday do. I'm going to go to the 1 hour chart so we can see what SPX did yesterday, right? SPX was yesterday. It dipped down. This is where we closed right here in the middle. It closed at 66.55 or right around 66.54. There was a gap down to 65.91. It even went down further, 65.50s. It went down there. When it went down back to where it was, 65.50s, it was like, nope, we're back like we left something. And I think this bit of a gap right here is not quite all the way filled. Let's see. There was a little bit of gap down here that was left. Let me move this. Ooh, going this way. There's an itty bitty bit of gap down there that did not get filled after that. Even the dip down yesterday, a little bit down here at 65.55 to 65.52. There's a little bit still down there. Anyway, price dipped down when it opened at 65.90, dropped down some more, about 40 points, and then recovered. And this is the recovery of the day. Recovered. We get up here till about 1:30. You can see here we got a failed to up that happened at around the 1:30. I'm on the 1 hour chart. This is the 1 hour candle and the 1:30 candle 1 hour chart. Failed to up, which is a reversal signal, starts coming down. This right here, though, y'all people's president, of course, wait right to the market getting ready to close to decide he ready to make announcements. Bro, could you have waited till 4 o'clock? Could you have told us about the cooking grease at 4 o'clock? Could you literally have waited 30 minutes to talk about cooking grease? Nope, couldn't. So the last candle of the day dropped from 66.70 and it went as low as 66.26. Looks like 66.26. Yes, it did recover some of that to close at 66.44. But see, that's pretty much almost all. It basically went right back through the gap down that was created almost. Like, really, what? You just want it to be bad. He wants to talk when JP talks. Okay, wait till 4 o'clock. Okay. Talk later. Anyway, the market fell back because it was definitely hanging out at that 200 period moving average. You see right here, this black line up here is a 200 period moving average. Once we bumped up there, I've already told my people, y'all hear me regularly, that 200 period moving average is going to provide support and resistance depending on where you are. It bumped right up there, kind of drifted a little bit and failed. Now, did anybody expect this level of falling? Absolutely not. Did not expect this level. Dropped right on through my little last credit spread that I had hanging on. I had closed up most of the ones I had for the day. The last one that was holding into the close, it dropped right through it. Ooh, where are you going? I was getting ready to walk in the dentist. And then I was just looking. I was walking. I had been driving. I got ready to get out of the car to go into the dentist, and I saw somebody in my Telegram had said, wow. So it popped up as a notification, and I was like, wow, what? Because I wasn't looking at the chart. I was driving. I saw the notification that said, wow, and I went and looked and saw this monster red candle. I was like, well, shucky ducky. Well, I'll be a scalded ape. So at that point, I closed it off, captured a little bit of my premiums back, shut it off real quick. Because when you in power hour in them last few minutes, you don't got a lot of time for recovery. You don't got a lot of I had 50-55, so it was up in this area. You don't have a lot of recovery time. So you got to go ahead and, capital preserve capital as best you can. So that was yesterday. So even though this was all yesterday, I was just showing y'all. So closed yesterday, 66.44. Y'all want to know where we at right now? 66.92. We getting ready to bump up to 6,700 again. 50 points. We're basically 50 points above where it closed yesterday. Overnight, ES went down into the 60. It don't drop some more after the close. It did drop some more. But this 65.50 level, y'all need to keep that in mind. This 65.50 level is definitely a recovery zone. Every time it hit, it run right back. That doggone Adam Mancini. That doggone Adam Mancini, quack, quack. I did need the drop though. Well, okay. Well, and I almost did a call credit spread and was like, let me just leave it, because I saw it kind of bumping up there, and I was like, then I waited a bit, and I waited longer because the premiums was ugly. So I was like, these premiums are not nice enough for me to put myself in harm's way, only to put yourself on the other side in harm's way. Either way, we live to trade another day. That's really what we're after. If I always say this, if you are in a trade and if the total loss of that trade is going to completely take you out, like if it's going to completely take you out of all your elements, then you're size too heavy. If this trade goes completely bad and the loss of this is going to take you completely off your square, then you are size too heavy. That means you got too much money in the game, right? So if you one contract, $500 minus premiums or whatever, okay, you need to always, every time you enter a trade, you need to be thinking about this $500 literally is, or 4 and some changes, 3 and some change, depending on what you get in, is literally up to the market to come and grab it. If you got 3, 4, 5 contracts, we're talking about multiples of this. But if the loss of that money is going to take you off your square completely, then you are in too heavy. Stay at a level that you're comfortable. I'm not saying anybody ever wants to lose their money. Of course, we never want to lose our money or the markets. Really, most of it's the market's money, because if you've made profits over a period of time, you're giving the market their money back, to be honest. Unless you just started and the first day you lose, then you're giving them your money. But if you won and then you lose, then you are giving the market their money back, right? We of course forget that part. We think it's our money. Well, if you won 5 days in a row at $80 a day for 5 days, you have $400. So if you lose, you've given the market their money back. You haven't lost any of your money. You've given them their money back. Anyway, I won't count the math right there. I'm just saying. But if you are in a trade and it's so big that if you lose this money or if the trade goes completely bad, you either, 1, shouldn't be in that trade, or 2, your size too heavy. Your size too heavy. We do overnight trades. We do 1 DTEs, and we like when 1 DTEs go well. We don't like it when it doesn't go well. But if you can't rest overnight and you're worried about, then you shouldn't be in the 1 DTE. Stay in what you can see during the day. We provide the opportunities. Just because the opportunity doesn't mean you have to be in it. Doesn't mean you personally have to be in it. You want to be in trades that you can accept or you can manage. You can accept what happens. If it goes well, yep. And if it doesn't, then you say, well, this is the cost of doing business. It's the cost, this is the tax we pay for trading. The whole point is that we want to win more than we lose. You want to win more than you lose. All right, let's move. We talked about SPX yesterday, talked about where SPX 500 is right now. Let's go look at our other stuff. Let's pray everything in here. Come on, do what it's supposed to do. The VIX is at 1934. I'm going to tell you what I didn't understand, and I kind of still don't. The VIX is up, 1920s. We're here. The market is up. Those two things don't go together. Usually the VIX is up, the market is down. Market ain't down. The VIX still up. Market is still trying to run. What are we doing? Something's out of bed here. Something's out of bed. VIX is at 1934. It's where the VIX is right now. Wall Street, boom, boosts profits as Bank of America and Morgan Stanley. We've had, the banks are starting to present their earnings. The results reinforce what looks to be a robust Q3 for top U.S. banks, thanks to a bonanza of big deals. U.S. stock futures rise amid solid earnings, rate cut hopes, earnings live, Bank of America, LVMH, I'm not sure who they are, ASML, stocks jump after strong results. China's retaliation cements a Bitcoin reset. BlackRock, NVIDIA to buy Aligned Data Centers in a $40 billion deal. Who is Aligned Data Centers? That's interesting. Who are they? What's their ticker? Trump threatens retribution on China over soybeans. OpenAI works on raising cash to meet $1 trillion spending pledges. Absolutely a bubble. AI warnings build as investors go all in. Okay. Stellantis is going to make a $13 billion investment in U.S. plants. All righty. That's what's on Yahoo Finance. Let's move to CNBC. Yeah, manipulation. Stocks making the biggest move: Premarket, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, ASML. Okay, our pre-market here, we're all green across the board in the U.S. pre-market. Dow jumps 200 points as strong earnings overshadowed China trade fight. Bank of America rises. Keep in mind that all that stuff behind the scenes, although, by the way, in case we forgot about it, our government is still shut down. Hello? Why is that not top news? Can somebody help me? Why are we not talking about the fact that the U.S. government is shut down? Hello? I don't see that mentioned. It's still important information. Trump threatens China with cooking oil embargo over soybeans. Now, what are we talking about? Go into a meeting and figure out how to get our government back open. Frustrated this morning, Amils. Brazil got them soybean contracts. It's gone. But we bailing out farmers now. Bank of America tops expectations on 43% surge in investment banking revenue. Dow is jumping. We just jumping and popping. Go get the government open. Folks working, getting laid off. While you on the shutdown, I'm gonna go on and run you this. This layoff notice. Well, the market's still printing. The market's gonna print regardless, because the market's gonna do what it do. That's why I tell people too that if you need to take a break from this, you can, because the market is going nowhere. Market ain't going nowhere. You don't have to trade every day. You don't have to trade today, tomorrow, the next day. You can take a week off, a month off. The market will be here. Believe me, it will be here. It's going to go through all, because it's based on all the things we have. It's based on company ownership. So these companies that are reporting earnings, because they're companies and people who own stock are partial owners. The market ain't going nowhere. Market ain't going nowhere, but you do what you can do to learn how to capitalize off of it. That's the peak. That's what we want to do. Make sure that we know enough to capitalize. If it ain't nothing but 10, 15, 20 a day, 30 a day. We talked about that in our session. I did $35 a day out of the market is what, $105 a week. I think that's 105, 30, 70, 140. Nope, that's 170, 165, 145. I'm trying to add too fast. 175 a week. Yeah, $35 a day, 70, 140, 175 a week. We can use the extra $35 a day, and we can almost make $35 a day in our sleep with our strategy. People look at that and say, oh, $35 ain't no money. So-and-so posting thousands of dollars. They might be posting thousands of dollars, but they're not posting that they're losing thousands as well. $35, $50 a day out of the market. You pull that out every single day, rinse and repeat every single day. $50 a day, $250 a week, $1,000 a month. It's a nice little extra paycheck. Then when you get where you got a good repeatable thing, you scale it up. You turn your 50 into 100 a day. You turn your 100 into 150, into 200 a day. That's how you do it. But you start at a level that you can comfortably manage. And that if you lost it, you wouldn't go ballistic. Think about the people who last Friday lost as much money as they did with that massive drop from last Friday. And here we are literally 2 days later, almost right back where we started. People were completely bummed over the weekend. Some folks, from what I read, some folks even took their lives behind it. It ain't that serious. First of all, I ain't going to be in no trade that big that all of my net worth is going to be tied in. No, sir. But also, my net worth isn't big enough for me to even have that kind of conversation at this point. But if it was, I don't think I would put all my net worth into some trade and the market fell and millions and billions of dollars I lost. No. Either way, there's some people who Friday's drop really literally took them out. And then 2 days later, the market has recovered. I'm making light of it, but I'm not. I am, but I'm not. All right. Just know that. Size appropriately, trade appropriately, okay? European stocks move higher as luxury brands drive early gains. France's CAC is up 2.4%. The FTSE is the only one that's red over in Europe. Let's look at Asia. Asia's all green over there. Asian markets rise after Wall Street declines on renewed U.S.-China trade feud. The cooking oil embargo. What are we doing? Okay, let's go look at crypto. Crypto's at 111,000, definitely down because it was at 114 a couple days ago. I don't watch crypto really closely like that, but those people who do know the fluctuations much more. I buy a little crypto. I buy mine, I just buy it at dollar cost. So every day I buy a little bit. So it just happens automatically though. I don't watch it because that would be too much energy on my head. I'll be watching other stuff that go up and down, SPX, that take enough mental energy from me. Okay, Bitcoin is down. Ethereum's down a bit. Solana is green. Dogecoin is 0.20. XRP is 2.5. All right, that's where we are on CNBC. What kind of meetings do we have today? Powell spoke yesterday. Didn't really see much of a move in the market. We did have some continued upwards motion. Even after he spoke, it went up a little bit more. And then by the time the day was over, the president decided he needed to speak and, take all the gains away from Powell because we can't just let him pump it. And I need to do something I don't know. Anyway, today's Wednesday. Empire State Manufacturing at 8:30. FOMC Mirren is going to speak. IMF meetings are happening. This day is day 3. Mirren will speak again at 12:30. Waller at 1 o'clock. The Beige Book at 2. Schmidt is going to speak at 2:30. This is all we're getting really is FOMC meeting people, FOMC members, not meetings, FOMC members speaking today. So from the meeting standpoint, we don't have any things that could potentially move the market, but at any point, someone can send a tweet, can make an announcement, can jump on a microphone, and whatever is going on is going on. So just know that whatever it is you're doing, you want to trade with your head on a swivel. You want to keep your eyes open. You want to, trade what you see. If you need to bounce out of a trade, don't get married to none of these trades. Don't get married to it. If you're going to trade, don't marry it. And then if you need to bounce, cut cut bait, as they say. Cut bait. From what I see, we got a couple 2 stars about the things I said today. FOMC member Bostic will speak. That wasn't mentioned on Forex. Waller, they're both speaking. 2 stars, 2 stars. That's happening at 12:10, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. That's all happening, okay? Let's go see who's got earnings. See who does have earnings today. We talked about Bank of America had earnings, that they're one of the bigger movers. ASML is this morning. Bank of America this morning, Dollar Tree, Progressive, Synchrony, Morgan Stanley, Abbott, Prologis, First Horizon, and Citizens. After market today, after close, United, JB Hunt, HOMB, I can't really see who they are, Pinnacle, Banner Bank, Synovus, Rexford Industrial, SL Green, First Industrial, and Great Southern Bank. Those are all going to be this evening, this afternoon. And then tomorrow morning, Taiwan Semiconductors is going to be anticipated, I'm sure. And a few other banks are going to report tomorrow morning. I'm sure Taiwan Semiconductors is being anticipated. Okay. Let's go see what Adam has to say this morning. Let's go see what Adam has to say. Hey, Carla. How you doing this morning? We are now 125 points from yesterday's 65 failed breakdown. Long in, that should say SPX. That should not say 500. I wonder where those numbers went. I typed them and I was wondering where they went. In SPX is what that should say. For those who missed it, we got another dip at 330. Okay. Thank you to the president. I posted the 66.39 reclaim, gets us long, and we're plus 60 on that now. Plan today, ride your runner until the next big flush. 66.96, 67.04, 67.20 are above. 66.78 to 83 equals support. We're going to dip under that if it goes below 66.78 and 83, somewhere in there. The gap between SPX and ES is about 40 points. So if you're looking at Adam's tweets, you need to subtract 40 from his numbers. If you're trading XSP, 667 to 672 is your range. It's kind of a small range, about a 5-point range in there. 667 to 672 is the range in XSP. All right. So if you're trading that, watch what Adam has to say. He's on Twitter. Adam is on Twitter. He's a tweeter. He's on X, as they say. Oh, LV, I kind of thought that was Louis Vuitton and some other luxe brands. Okay, thank you, Janae, for that. LVMH is Louis Vuitton. Appreciate that. If you're watching during the week, during the day, Adam is real good about the tweets that he gives for his own information, he says. They're there, though. And you can watch him throughout the day. He puts out tweets. Yeah, they definitely not talking about the shutdown. They figured that we going out of sight, out of mind. It's not out of mind. We got a lot of people who are either working and not being paid, or people who are not working. Because we have people, a lot of our government workers are still working because they are needful. That we still need them to be working. And they're basically working under the umbrella that they will be paid like a back pay when this is all over. Like one of the systems of that, if people are still working and not being paid, is our postal system. Did y'all know that? The postal workers you see face to face inside the post office, they're still being paid through the shutdown. But the postal workers who are at the docks, who are bringing the mail to the processing areas, those people are working without being paid. Which to me, that kind of doesn't make sense. Like, how do we have a system that includes a whole pipeline and part of the pipeline gets paid while the other part of the pipeline does not? Well, if you can't people at the counters, you still need the processors. You still need the people in those other areas. You say, okay, y'all keep working and we'll pay you sooner or later. Yeah, Janae says they waiting past 30 days and their benefits will be at risk. Let's hope that's not the case. I'm trying to get to these screens because I have soapboxed enough for today. I started the call already a little on the irritated side, and I'm not helping myself. I'm not helping myself at this point. Okay, so here we are. This is SPY. SPY closed yesterday at 662.23. It's currently at 667.44. So it's up about $5 from the close yesterday. That is SPY. Going to be a gap up opening. What would be nice is if it gapped up and then pulled back, at least on SPX, I would like you to pull back and go ahead and let me out of my trade. Then you can go wherever you want to go, sir. You can go wherever you like. You can go wherever you like. Okay. Triple Q closed yesterday at $5.99. Oh, nope, not quite. I'm a little high. $5.9805. $5.9805. It's currently at $6.04. So about $6 higher than the close yesterday on Triple Q. That's what's going on there. IWM, things have cycled. Seems like money has cycled into small caps because IWM is moving. Like it's doing its good moving. It is closed yesterday at 247. It's currently at 250 and some change. But if you look at IWM, this was IWM's move yesterday. It basically is like, I got places to go. I need to get there. Once they got a 3, once it broke out of this 3, it went moving from that point forward. Took a little bit of a pause here in the middle. So in case you missed your entry, you could get in a little bit later. And here in the middle, you say, okay, I missed this entry down here. When it took a pause here about 10:30, 10:45, you could get in and roll the rest of the day. And if you missed that entry, you could wait till 12 o'clock and got in for the rest of the ride. Got in for the rest of the ride. Yes, you could have. Okay. If you were doing your buying, or you could put credit spread, because you can do both. You can do both. Look at the CNBC banner. Bessent saying a market decline will not deter the U.S. from taking a strong chance on China. We see. Mama Net. I saw that banner that said that. We will. Okay. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Go fix our government. Bessent. Well, if you do somebody, I know you might not even be the dude, but that's just me saying, get somebody motivated on that. How about we do that? How about we go do that? Okay, I covered the 3 equities, the 3 not equities, those 3: SPY, Triple Q, and IWM. I covered those. Now we can move on. It's about almost 9 o'clock. The membership, basically, we trade in SPX, XSP every day. We added IWM in there so we can capture our moves on the small cap a little bit. We kind of trying to get both sides of this coin, getting the big caps and the small caps. We're doing that. I went to the dentist yesterday. My dentist is also a trader. She was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, my trade was fine until 3:45 when the president decided he was ready to talk and my trade got blown. So listen, just fix my tooth. Just fix my tooth. So as she went back to wait for my Novocaine to take hold, she was like, oh yeah, I just went and read about it. Yeah. Anyway, this is what we get. This is how it goes. This is definitely how it goes. Right into expiration. Most days right into expiration is fine. And some days you get this drop at the end that it goes nuts. Anyway, we trade SPX and XSP every single day. The good thing is you have people that you're trading with. You have a good community of people who you can trade with, other people's minds, other people's technical analysis to work along with. Everybody's in here together. Just fix my tooth. Anyway, she's a good dinner. She's a good lady. Good lady. So anyway, that's the membership. If you want to join us there, you got the link there. You can join us in the membership. Let's go ahead and do our declaration as we close out this morning and get ourselves ready to trade another day, because that's really what it's all about, right? That's really what it's all about. Each day, just know that trading, you can trade actively where you're putting real money out there, or you can paper trade, or you can trade in your sim. You can watch. Just because something is happening doesn't mean your real money has to be on the line. You can say, this is looking kind of weird. This is looking kind of funky. I'm going to wait and see. All of these. And then after the fact, people go, I could have made. Yeah, that's true. But you also could have lost. So, if you're not able to be focused on it, or you're distracted, or you're not sure what you're seeing, just watch. Watching that's a strategy. Watching is a strategy. Learning is a strategy. Or watch while you learn. Practice in your sim while you're learning. All right. You don't have to learn, even though some of us, I'm bad about this, will learn live. You don't have to do that. Learn in the sim. Practice or back test in the sim. Use Thinkorswim has an on-demand part of the platform, which I love, because at any time of the day or night, you can go into that on-demand system and you can have it to go back to whenever time that you want and basically replay the market options and all. You can enter trades, exit trades. You can do all that in on demand. You can basically replay the market, see all the candles. You can see all the things. I love that about what Thinkorswim offers, that on demand. I love that. Go ahead and use that. Okay. Our trader declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. Okay, so today is Wednesday, it's hump day. We're going to do what you can. Basically, you look at it, watch it, trade what you see, trade as short dated as you can stand with as much time as you need. Well, these are tenuous times, all right? While you're learning, learn what needs to happen, learn to technically analyze what's going on. Don't process so much information that you make no moves, because sometimes overanalysis can cause paralysis. You don't want to be so busy analyzing that you don't do anything. But you also don't want to not do any analyzing, and so that way you just flying in the wind. That's not what we want to do either. There is a happy medium there. You want to analyze enough to make an informed decision about your trade. Have a plan about when you're going to enter, when you're going to exit. Exit is with profits and with the loss, because sometimes we get into our trades like it's going to go well, and we don't even think about what we're going to do if it doesn't. Think about the profiting side and the loss side. What am I getting out of this if it turns back or if it doesn't go the way I want it to? What's my exit plan? Whether that's a profit exit or a stop loss exit. It could be an exit both ways, because there are exits that you need when the money's going the wrong way. All right. Okay, everybody. Denise says, I have to remind myself it's okay. I'm learning and dealing with life. Absolutely. Absolutely. If life is lifing in your life, maybe trading needs to pause, or you just, again, you're watching and you're letting life do its life, and you don't want to add to the mental anguish of what life is doing by adding on bad fuel to that fire with, trades that aren't going so well. If you can trade in a more passive manner during that time, then that's good. Something that's going to not take a lot of mental energy from you, then yeah, do that. Do that. All right. Okay, we're going to do 2 things today, maybe 3. We're going to stay green. We're going to get this money, and I want you to have a great green day. All right. Everyone, if you're in my community, I'll see you in the chat. Everybody else, I'll see you in the market. Bye. Bye, everybody.